Oh, hello.
Hi, my name is Alcy, and this is going to be a hopefully 10 to 15 minute morning yin yoga video. So I know those of you who are spending some time in bed, or at least spending a lot of time in your homes, who get up and are looking for a way to just kind of wake up in a really kind and nurturing way, this sequence is for you. It's going to be really short, only a couple poses, and inspired by yin. So yin yoga is all about spending time in postures, spending time with yourself, breathing into parts of your body that we don't usually, or maybe might not always get the chance to breathe into fully, and really just allowing time to pass. So I'm going to do this sequence with you. I might move around a little bit. You might see me in some different orientations on this bed. Know that you can do it on a bed. You can do it on the floor. You can do it on a couch, probably. Just anywhere where you would feel comfortable to sprawl out. I recommend having some pillows and maybe a blanket nearby. There might be some other props that come up, and I'll be communicative of what that might be. So for now, imagine that you just woke up and that you are laying in bed, or maybe you're just gonna run onto the floor right now and stretch. Go ahead and spread your toes. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers. Move your face around. Get your mouth stretched. Open and close your eyes a couple times. Stretch your tongue. Make some sounds. You might start to move your hips. You might reach your legs up to the ceiling. Let this next few moments really be you plugging into any kind of good morning or hello body movements that just feel really juicy right now. Start to let your breath grow over the movement. Let yourself sigh and stretch and wiggle. Good. And then wherever you can, however it feels most comfortable, you might just be laying down, or you might put a pillow underneath your knees if that feels more comfortable. I want you to plug into a few moments of stillness right away. Maybe you bring your hands to your heart. Maybe you let your arms extend by your sides or on your pelvis over your sacral region. Take some slow inhales and let some longer exhales flow over the outline of your body, softening into the connection of whatever support is below you. Allow each consecutive breath to slow down the mind. If you're anything like me, you wake up, you stretch, and then all of a sudden the monkey mind starts swirling. All of a sudden you think, I gotta call this person, I gotta clean this, I gotta wash dishes, I gotta make breakfast, I gotta do all this stuff. If that's you, and you're doing this video to calm yourself in the morning, plug into those breaths. Let the breath really move down into your belly. And if your hands are over your hips or over your belly, feel that breath rise and fall. Nourishing yourself with this simplicity of movement, of air through and around your body. I'd like each of you to join me in the sound of Om if you'd like to here. Start with a full exhale out. A breath in through the nose, deep and expansive. Let those vibrations wash over you. Let them continue to inspire stillness, or maybe they start to allow movement. I'm going to offer 2 back bends here. The first will be supported bridge. I offer you to take a pillow. I'm using a Tempur-Pedic pillow because it's a thicker support. You could also use like a couple hardcover books or a couple soft blankets. It's really up to you. We're going to find supported bridge. So you want to come into bridge pose, pressing down into your feet and laying your hips down over top. On a bed, the heaviest part of the body tends to weigh down, so you might need quite a few pillows. And honestly, I'm doing this now and I'm realizing for me on a bed, this isn't quite enough back bend. So what I was thinking is the second option could be Sphinx pose. And this is really nice. If you wake up on your belly, this might be a really nice way to start. Kind of just opening the front of the body, letting your belly hang into the earth, into your bed, towards the earth. You could use your arms like this for support, or you could bring in a pillow if that feels a little bit more cozy. Legs can be any distance apart. You can keep your head lifted or let your head drop down. I'm just going to hold this for, let's do 2 minutes. So typically in yin we do 3 to 5 minute holds, sometimes longer. But I just want to give you a sample for now. And then, depending on feedback, depending on what everyone is feeling from this video, I'll do some sequences with longer holds. So for now, just finding some stillness. Finding softness across the front of your hips, the fronts of your thighs, your belly, and your back. Relax the features of your face. And find a breath that feels supportive and nourishing in whichever pose you're in, whether it's this, a version of Sphinx pose, or on your back with your hips propped up on pillows in bridge. Some people find it supportive to breathe deeply. Other people let their breath drop into a very natural, almost shallow pace, and that's also okay. Try and follow the messages, follow the feelings that you're receiving on the inside. You can start to remove anything underneath your hips, underneath your chest, and just lower yourself back down into the support beneath you. You can wiggle a little bit if you need to, or it might feel just as good to lie still. Allowing the feeling in the body after that shape, whatever shape you chose, allowing that feeling to dissipate naturally. Sometimes if we hold any pose, there is a rebound, there's an after effect in the body. So giving stillness or even just some really gentle movement is going to help integrate that and honor what that experience had to share with your body today. Throughout this time, if you ever feel like you gotta make some sounds or sing or chant or say some words of affirmation to yourself, let yourself really open in that way. Let this be a time for you to plug in and just nourish your innermost self. I am supported. That's a good affirmation. I am alive. I am here to spread love, not fear. Cool. Next one, I assume that most of you will probably know what this one is, so I'm just going to show it to you. It's called Child's Pose. So it's hips towards heels, forehead kind of heavy towards whatever surface you're on. But I'm going to offer, since you're hopefully in bed or somewhere cozy, that you really use the support of stuff. And it doesn't have to be symmetrical. You can bring one ear to the floor. You can put a pillow. For some people, it can feel really good to put a pillow between your seat and your feet. Some people like to bring their chin forward here. Some people like to bring the arms down by the sides. There are just endless options. Let yourself get comfortable. Letting this shape be the opposite expression of our last one. Back bends are really helpful for letting things kind of come to the surface, letting the inner experience move into the outer experience, kind of opening yourself to external energy. It's a great way to wake up. And then forward folds, poses like this, are great ways to come back into yourself, nourish the inner self, the inner journey, and just kind of go back into the present, just being with yourself in stillness. So I'm going to give 2 minutes here. I'll give a couple options visually if you need a couple more options. If you're feeling great and you're just plugging in, stay there, breathe with it. From wherever you are, start to make your way onto your back. We're going to do one last thing. We're going to do twists. So really simple. Bringing the knees into the chest, maybe rocking and swaying a bit. We're just going to take the knees over to one side and let the opposite side of the upper body just kind of reach the opposite direction. Some of you are really going to appreciate a little cushion. I'm going to use a little blanket here between my knees. That helps keep my inner thighs feeling happy and not too crunchy. Sometimes we get a little pinch in the inner hip, so that's one thing. Some people appreciate some extra weight. Putting like a pillow or a heavy blanket over top can help really make you feel grounded, make you feel supported here. You can bring the knees up higher. You can bring that bottom leg down lower. If you are lucky enough to wake up next to someone today, maybe you let that person gently stretch your opposite arm open. And a really big part of yin that I want to share is that it's not so much about going deeper and stretching further and push. It's really about, and watch the shift in my body as I say this, it's really about letting yourself be moved into the shape by time. As best you can, release all muscular effort. Let each exhale drop you back into your body. Let this twist be neutralizing for your entire system. Let it plug you back into what you know is true, what you know is real. Let it plug you back into the love, into the feeling of support. However subtle it might be in your life right now, it's there. We're all supported in one way or another, and we're going to use that energy to support those who need it. To support those who don't have as much as we do. 10 or 15 minute video on my ass. I think a lot of my videos are just going to be longer, and that's just the truth of it. So hopefully you're leaning in and embracing this time in stillness. Again, I'm going to do videos where we hold these poses for 3 to 5 minutes, but for now, just so we're all wrapping up together, let's do the other side. So start to find what this twist might look like in the opposite direction, right? Maybe you need that blanket, that prop again. Maybe you don't. Maybe it's really just about kind of grounding in and feeling the support underneath you. Sometimes in twists we feel like we have to turn our heads towards our arm. Here's an example right here. I was trying to look towards my arm and I realized I'm holding on to effort to keep my head there. So I'm just going to let my head relax into a more comfortable, natural shape here. Allow this yin yoga practice to help you in your transition from human doing to human being. Through this time, may we really plug into our ability to simply exist. Simply exist. And appreciate all of the things in our worlds, in our lives. From a space of existence and observation and appreciation for all that we have. welcome you now to take the time to leave that twist and either finding yourself just on your back, maybe hugging your knees, rolling around a little bit, or maybe you're stretching out, or maybe you're flopping right back into stillness. I want to give a little boost out there to anyone who's feeling the need for love and that powerful energy that we all share. I'm going to share that through the internet today with you, through this bowl, with my heart, with my intention, for you to know that you are loved and that your presence here is truly felt and truly appreciated. If you have any suggestions or any requests, please let me know in the comments, or you can reach out to me personally if you know me. I will be sharing content every day. Take a big breath in. Let the exhale roll out the body, out the nose, out the mouth. Let the next few breaths really wash over you. From my heart to yours.